Hello everyone. I hope all of you are healthy and safe. Cambridge International School Dasua has taken the initiative for e-learning at this time of crisis COVID-19 pandemic. Myself Rita and I am your political science teacher going to teach you topic security in the contemporary world. Yes, I am going to clear two topics here: traditional notions external, traditional notion internal, along with the meaning of security. What is security? Yes, security in the contemporary world. What is security? Generally, security seems to something that is not the business of an ordinary citizen. It's supposed to be the business of the country or the government of the country. Fine. So this chapter debates on some question. Like in reading about the world politics, we frequently encounter the term security or national security. Do we know that these terms mean? They are used to stop debate and discussion. So we shall start for the meaning of security. As a citizen of a democracy, we need to know more about the term security. It introduces two different ways of looking at security and highlights the importance of keeping in mind different contexts and situations which decide our view of security. Further, we will discuss about the broad meaning of security. Security implies freedom from threats at the utmost basic. Human existence and the life of a country are full of threats and dangers. Every time a person steps out of his or her house, there is some degree of threat to their existence and way to life. One thing I want to clear here, those who study security generally say that only those things that threaten core value should be regarded as being of interest in discussion of security. It means security means freedom from others. Security relates only to extremely dangerous threats which endangers core value and damage it beyond repair. Like, I am just giving you one example. 700 crore people, almost 200 countries. It would be amazing if 700 crore people and nearly 200 countries had the same conception of security. So let us begin by putting the various notions of security under two groups: traditional and non-traditional conception of the security. So first we will do traditional notion. Notion means ideas. External. External means out of the country. What kind of relations we are having with another countries. Greatest danger to a country is from military threats from another country. Military action threatens core value of sovereignty, independence, territorial integrity and lives of ordinary citizens. In the traditional concept of security, the greatest danger to the country's form of military threats means, as we have discussed, from other countries. It is unlikely that in a war only soldiers will be hurt or killed. Ordinary men and women are also made target of the war to break the sport of the war. So further we are discussing one more thing related to this: basic choices to respond the war. Like we have taken out three basic choices. Fine. Three basic choices. First, to surrender by the country. Fine. To prevent the other side from attacking by promising to raise the cost of war to unacceptable level. To defend itself when war breaks out. These are the three basic choices by the government. Next, basic choices to respond to the threat of war: security policy. Security policy is concerned with deterrence and defense. Countries also opt surrendering but never advertise it as their national policies. Now, third component I would like to tell you: balance of power. What is balance of power? Balance of power: when countries look around them, they see that some countries are bigger and stronger than theirs. This is a clue to who might be a threat in future. For example, I am telling you, one example I am telling you, a neighboring country may not say it is preparing for attack. There may be no obvious reason for attack, but the fact that this country is very powerful, it means it's powerful. Because it is powerful, it is a sign that at some point in the future it may choose to be aggressive. So governments are therefore very sensitive to balance of power between the country and other countries. Governments work hard to maintain a favorable balance of the power with other countries, especially with the neighboring countries. Like we want to have a friendly relation with Pakistan and our other related neighboring countries. Building up of military, economic and technological power is important in this regard, we can say. A good part of maintaining a balance of power is to build up military power, especially economic and technological. Yes, alliance building. This is the fourth factor which we are going to add. A fourth alliance building factor. Most alliances are formalized in written treaties and are based on fairly clear identification. Because it is a written agreement. And sometimes what happens? Alliance is a coalition of states that coordinate their action and defend against the military attack. Alliances increase the effective power of the state. Alliances are also based on national interest. But make one thing clear here, my dear. Alliances based on national interest can change when national interest change. जब जरूरत नहीं है तो interest could be changed and they can change the policies. Shall I give you one example for this? Yes. We can give example from Al-Qaeda group whose leader was Osama bin Laden. The US backed the Islamic militants in Afghanistan against the Soviet Union in the 1980s. But later attacked them when Al-Qaeda, a group of Islamic militants led by Osama bin Laden, launched terrorist strikes against America on 11 September 2001, if you remember, my dear. No acknowledged central authority to regulate a threat of security at international level. Means there is no guarantee for any country that that country is safe. In the traditional view of security, most threats to the country's security come from outside its borders. That is because the international system is rather brutal arena in which there is no central authority capable of controlling behavior. Within a country, the threat of violence is regulated by an acknowledged central authority, that is the government. But out of the country, there is no single organization who is responsible for any kind of threat occurring. Yes, we can't forget UN, but UN is not much effective. However, as presently constituted, UN is a creature of its members and has authority only to the extent that membership allows it to have authority and obeys it. Means we can say that UN is no very much effective. So each country is responsible for its own security, not other countries. Now, traditional notion, internal. Notion means idea, dear. Traditional security notions also concern with internal security matters. Internal security is not a serious matter for many world powers after the second world phase. You know what is second world? First world, second world, third world. Let me clear the terms to you. What is first world, second world and third world? The three worlds model was used to rank the development of the countries and their economy during the Cold War. First world, पहली दुनिया कौन है बेटा? First world, the industrialized capitalist countries of Western Europe like North America, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and included countries that were generally aligned with NATO, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and opposed to Soviet Union during the Cold War. So these countries we can include in first world. What is second world? The second world refers to the former communist socialist, less industrialized states known as Eastern Europe, जो उनसे कम थी. Second world countries more stable and more developed than the third world. And second world countries are Soviet Union, China and Cuba and its friends. Now what is third world? तीसरी दुनिया क्या है? The third world is a phrase that can be used to describe a class of economically inferior nations, like you can give example like Finland, Sweden, Ireland and Switzerland. So these are three worlds. Fine. First world, second world, third world. Make these terms clear with you and explanation also, because after clearing my topic I will give you one question based on this. First world, second world and third world. So they face less threats from within the border. These are internal, traditional notion, internal. Now further we will discuss about new states face threats within also. Yes, it is not necessary that the state face only threats from outside. Some of the newly independent countries like European powers became member of Cold War alliances. Fine. So the Cold War between two superpowers was responsible for approximately 1/3 of the all wars in the Second World, post-Second World War period. Most of these wars were fought in the Third World. ये तीसरी दुनिया से लड़ाई हुई. So therefore these countries focus primarily on threats from outside the borders. We can say like this. Yes. Now shall I wind up this? But before winding up my topic, I would like to tell you one thing, that these countries face threats not only from outside their borders, mostly from neighbors, but also from within. Many newly independent countries came fear that neighbors even more than they feared the US and Soviet Union or the former colonial power. One more thing I will tell you last, because you have to add these 2-3 lines in your question number 1, which I am going to give you. Between 1946 and 1991, there was a 12-fold rise in a number of civil wars. So greatest jump in 200 years. So this was the traditional notion, external and internal as well. Yes, now your revision work, your learning work, and these 2 questions definitely you will write in your notebook with a heading with proper explanation. What is the difference between traditional and non-traditional security, which just I taught you? Which category would the creation and sustenance of alliances belong to? You have to elaborate this answer. What are the differences in the threats that people in the third world, तीसरी दुनिया, I hope these words are clear to you, first world, second world, third world, as I told you. Third world face and those living in the first world face. So you have to do all these questions, 2 questions in your notebook, and we will meet in our next lecture. Thank you very much. Have a safe and secure day ahead. Thank you.